It usually hits when the house is quiet. You're lying in bed, trying to fall asleep, but there it is again, that burning crawl in your chest. A slow pressure rising behind your sternum. You shift, swallow hard, prop yourself up with another pillow. You tell yourself it's just indigestion, maybe something you ate. But this isn't the first night. Not by a long shot. You don't talk about it. Not with your partner. Not with your friends. Not with your doctor. And honestly, why would you? It's not exactly something guys bring up over coffee. Hey man, my chest feels like it's on fire at 2 a.m. No, you keep it quiet. You figure it'll pass. You push through the fatigue. You tell yourself it's fine. But you know it's not fine. Because it's not just the heartburn. It's bloating after meals. The tightness in your gut. The way your energy crashes by mid-afternoon. The strange tension that never fully leaves your chest. It's like something in your body's just off. And the worst part, you've gotten used to it. But here's the thing, just because you've lived with it doesn't mean you have to keep living with it. You're not weak for wanting answers. You're smart for looking deeper. Let's get real for a second. You've probably seen baking soda sitting quietly in your kitchen cabinet, maybe under your sink. You use it for the fridge or for cleaning stains. It's not exactly the kind of thing you'd expect to help with your health, right? But here's the thing, that little white powder isn't just a deodorizer. It's a chemical called sodium bicarbonate. And when it comes to what's actually going on inside your body, especially if you've been dealing with acid reflux, fatigue, brain fog, or sluggish digestion, it matters more than you think. See, your body runs best in a very narrow pH range, not just your stomach, your blood, your tissues, even your cells. And when things start drifting too acidic, slowly, quietly, everything starts to shift. Your digestion slows down, inflammation creeps in, circulation gets tighter, and your body, especially as you age, starts feeling heavier, more reactive, less steady. You might not even realize it's happening. You just chalk it up to getting older. But it's not just age, it's chemistry. This is where baking soda comes in. A small dose, used wisely, helps restore that alkaline balance. It calms the acid without shutting down your stomach, and it helps your system find its rhythm again. Not hype, not a miracle, just a chemical buffer doing exactly what your body needs. And it's been sitting there on your shelf the whole time. You probably don't think about acidity much, at least not beyond the occasional heartburn or indigestion. But here's the thing, when your body's stuck in a low-grade acidic state, it doesn't just show up in your gut, it shows up everywhere, in ways you've likely never connected. Like that sluggish feeling in the morning, even after a full night's sleep. Or that weird brain fog in the middle of the day, where you walk into a room and forget why you're there. Or the short fuse. The way little things that never used to bother you now get under your skin. This isn't just getting older, it's your body quietly telling you that the balance is off, that something subtle but important isn't working the way it used to. And here's what no one talks about. Chronic acidity messes with your blood flow. That matters more than you think, especially downstairs. Poor circulation means weaker erections, less sensitivity, and slower recovery. Even your motivation takes a hit. When your body's fighting inflammation behind the scenes, your drive, your literal will to do things, goes dull. Whether it's the gym, your partner, or just showing up fully to your day, you're running at 70% without even realizing it. And because no one's connecting the dots, you're left thinking, maybe this is just how it is now. But it's not. You're not broken, you're out of balance. And that's something you can fix. You've probably done what most men do when that burning starts in your chest. You grab an antacid, maybe pop a few Tums, drink some milk, or pour yourself a little apple cider vinegar, hoping it balances things out. Some nights you just skip dinner altogether, thinking maybe an empty stomach will keep the fire down, or you try to prop yourself up with 3 pillows and hope gravity takes care of it. And yeah, for a few hours it might feel like it worked. But here's the thing, no one tells you. Most of these fixes are just temporary distractions. They mute the alarm, but they don't stop the fire. Antacids? They kill the acid short-term, but force your stomach to work harder the next time you eat. That rebound effect can actually make your symptoms worse. Apple cider vinegar? It sounds natural, sure, but if your system's already acidic, adding more acid is like throwing water on an oil fire. And skipping meals or eating less. That might help you avoid a flare-up, but it messes with your digestion, metabolism, and blood sugar. Long-term, it's a stress your body doesn't need. You're not weak for trying these things. You are just trying to find relief in silence. But now you know the goal isn't to manage symptoms, it's to fix what's underneath. And that means a smarter approach, not just a quicker one. So here's where we stop guessing and start doing. You've heard all the hype before: miracle cures, sketchy supplements, overcomplicated regimens that promise the world and leave you feeling like a fool. This isn't that. This is simple, unsexy, but it works. 1 teaspoon of baking soda in a full glass of room temperature water. Stir it until it's completely dissolved. No chunks, no grit. You want it smooth. Now, timing matters. Do this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, or at least 2 to 3 hours after your last meal. Why? Because that's when your system can actually reset its acid balance without food interfering. Drink it slowly. Don't chug it like a sports drink. Let your body take it in. Some guys add a squeeze of fresh lemon. Yeah, sounds backward, but lemon actually alkalizes once it's metabolized. That combo can be even more effective if your gut's feeling extra off. Then wait. Don't eat right after. Give it about 30 minutes before your coffee, breakfast, or supplements. If you work out in the morning, this can be a solid pre-workout ritual. It helps your blood carry oxygen better, reduces muscle fatigue, and keeps lactic acid in check. No joke. Guys report clearer focus, better pumps, and smoother recovery. But listen, don't overdo it. 1 teaspoon a day is plenty. More doesn't mean better. It just means stress on your kidneys. This isn't a magic trick, it's a real tool. And when you use it right, it gives your body something it's been quietly begging for: balance. Here's the thing you need to know up front: this isn't some overnight miracle. No switch flips, no magic bullet. And that's actually a good thing, because when something does work overnight, it usually wears off just as fast, or it's masking the problem instead of fixing it. But with something as simple as baking soda used the right way, what you're doing is helping your body reset, slowly, steadily, in a way that actually lasts. So here's what you might notice. In the first few hours, that tight, acidic feeling in your chest might ease up, not gone forever, but a little better. You might take a deeper breath without feeling the burn. By day 2 or 3, your mornings feel a bit clearer. Less fog, fewer burps, more calm in your gut. It's not dramatic, but it's real. Week 1? That afternoon slump doesn't hit as hard. Maybe your sleep comes a little easier. You feel just a bit more even, more steady. And by week 2, if you've stayed consistent, you might be surprised. Energy's better. Digestion feels smoother. And, yeah, your drive might even start creeping back. Not because of a pill or a promise, but because your body's working with you again, not against you. That's the kind of progress you can build on. So don't chase fireworks. Track the small wins. Write them down if you need to. The real transformation isn't loud. It's quiet and steady and earned. And that's the kind that sticks. Here's what starts to happen when you stop treating symptoms and start dealing with the root. You wake up without that tight, burning knot in your chest. No sour taste creeping up your throat. No need to fumble around for a chewable or slam a glass of cold milk at 2 a.m. Your body just feels calm, settled, like it's finally working with you instead of against you. And that changes everything. You move through your morning with more clarity, less fog, more focus. You feel a kind of lightness in your body that you forgot was even possible. There's no heaviness sitting in your gut, no low-key pressure dragging down your mood, just a steady, grounded sense of control. Food feels safe again, sleep comes easier, your patience runs longer, and when you're with your partner, you're actually there, not distracted by discomfort or running that mental checklist of what's going to trigger you next. It's not a loud transformation. No one's handing you a trophy, but something in you shifts. You feel more in control of your body. You start trusting it again, and in those quiet, ordinary moments, like a deep breath that doesn't burn, or a meal you can enjoy without anxiety, you realize something important. You're not stuck anymore. You're not at war with yourself. And that's the real freedom. You don't need to do everything at once. Just start with 1 glass. That's it. Tonight before bed, or first thing tomorrow morning, mix that ½ teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of water. Nothing fancy, no weird routines. Just you, taking the first real step toward reclaiming how you feel. Because here's the thing, you already know something's been off. Whether it's the acid gnawing at your gut, the sluggish afternoons, the quiet frustration in the bedroom, you've carried it silently for too long, and maybe no one else sees it, but you do. Now you also know that baking soda, this basic, unassuming thing, isn't just for cookies or cleaning drains. It's a tool, a daily reset button for your body, a way to calm the internal chaos and shift things back toward balance. This habit doesn't cost much. It doesn't take time. but it gives you something back: control. You'll start noticing it in small ways: fewer flare ups, clearer mornings, a bit more energy at the end of the day, and over time, more confidence, more comfort in your body, more connection with the people around you. So don't overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just mix the glass, drink it, and let that quiet shift begin.